Here's a good question. How many panels should a comic book page have? And the answer? As many as it needs. Hi, my name's Jay Sheik. I'm a comic book artist and art professor, and one of the main rules that gets pounded into us, both comic book artists and comic book writers, from the very beginning is that each panel of your comic can contain only one key action. But if you saw my recent video about rules when it comes to making comics, what do you do when you want to break that particular rule? A good example would be something like what I'm doing right now. I am making this video, but I am also cooking dinner for my family. So if this was a comic book, I would need kind of one panel for each, right? With one panel per action. But if the action that I'm trying to convey is that I am multitasking, then it doesn't matter how many actions I include in that panel because the singular overarching action is the multitasking itself, if that makes sense. Here's another example from very early on in my comics career from a book you've never heard of and unfortunately will never read called Two Swords Till Mercy, which is essentially a spaghetti western framed against a medieval fantasy backdrop. This page presents us with the classic saloon scene when the flawed protagonist walks into the saloon, or tavern in this case. As the writer had framed it, this page had 7 panels total. By the time I finished with it, it had 14. So what happened? Well, 2 things. In this orange area here, we're experiencing a flashback from the main character experiencing his origin event. Rather than drawing a full scene depicting a cabin on fire and 3 occupants, I zoomed in on the kinetic violence and added an insert of the character to give us a camera shot within the camera shot. Further down, the script had called for an entire tavern full of undesirable types reacting to our character's entrance all at once. While this would have given me a lot of directional energy in establishing the character as a focal point, I decided to break that singular group reaction into this staccato gallery of individually framed reaction shots. While it effectively doubled the panel count, it added much more gravity to the character's entrance and resulted in a much more memorable and impactful page. So can the one action per panel rule be bent or broken? Absolutely. Should it be? That's going to be up to you. And this is where I would encourage you to trust your instincts as an artist, as a writer. You can do one action per panel and that is perfectly great. But if you want to break up one action into multiple panels or fit multiple actions within a single panel under the banner of multitasking, that's going to be up to you. Like a lot of the things I cover on here, this is a very loaded topic, so don't expect this to be the final word on any of it. But as ever, thank you for stopping by.